So guys, my bad. I forgot to put my actual score prediction at the end of the video. That's my fault. So I'm going to put it at the beginning of the video. I do have my Washington football team winning this game 24-13. And I do just... Our defensive line is just going to get after Carson Wentz all game. That offensive line is just too detrimental, and he does not have any weapons. And then also on that, I just expect a big game for Dwayne Haskins, his first game as this team being his team. So I do expect him to have a big game. And I just forgot to put it at the end of the video. Like I said, we got to get stops on third downs. We got to convert on third downs. The biggest way for us to win this game is to get after Carson Wentz and for us to score the ball. We have to run the ball efficiently, and we just have to have overall big day from Dwayne Haskins, and I know he will. He'll be on his quest to winning MVP starting early and often. I have him throwing for 2 to 3 touchdowns this game, and I have us equating for 1 turnover. I have Chase Young getting 2 sacks, and I do have Troy Apke getting the interception for this defense. So with that being said, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Enjoy the rest of this video. I'm out. Peace. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video. And in today's video, we're finally here with the Washington versus Eagles week 1 keys to victory and just an analysis before the game, just breaking down everything. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington football team. And let's get straight into today's video. Last thing I want to talk about here was that today is finally football, man. We have football. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Texans to kick off the 2020 season. So I'm very excited for that. And then thank you guys for coming to the stream last night with me on the Warpath and Protect Sports. I had it on my channel, and we'll probably have that here once again. So that's not going to be the only time you see us 3 together. But yesterday was the very first time that you're seeing all 3 of us together. So I really enjoyed working with them. And thank you guys for coming through to the channel and supporting. So with that all out the way, let's get straight into this preview versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Roll the intro, baby. We are Washington. Let's get it. Where all my Washington fans at? Y'all the Washington football team. How do you expect to be good, man? Y'all are trash. 3-13 yet again. Blah, blah, blah. Listen. We Washington. Chase Young with a sack, rush him down. Feel like I'm sick every time he get the ball. You know it's a touchdown. Who that out wide? McLaurin, 17. You know that he's scoring. It's right off the edge. He's stopping the run. This defense is crazy. It's number 1. Look at Trash, the way that he punt. You get it? We Washington, man, we Washington. So now, the Birds, man, we face Philly Sunday. What are going to be the keys to victory versus the Philadelphia Eagles? Before we even get into the keys of victory, we have to talk about the injury report. Kendall Fuller is still a little banged up with a knee. I think he's going to be good to go, but I would not be surprised if it doesn't go. But I think that he will go. AGG popped up on the injury report with a concussion. Sadiq Charles is still dealing with a calf muscle injury. So our injuries are minor here, and we should probably get those guys back maybe week 2, week 1. Jonathan Allen looks good to go. You know what happened to him, that heavy practice that they had the day before they went to FedEx, the heavy practice, he got banged up, but he should be good to go week 1. And that's really all for our injury report. But for the Philadelphia Eagles, man, those guys are decimated with injuries, from the offensive line to their wide receiving core and to their bum secondary. I feel bad for the Eagles, man, but I really don't, because I hope we murder you, and I hate the Eagles. But with that being said, the injury report, Lane Johnson is seeming to be out. Brandon Brooks is out for the whole year. Andre Dillard is out for the whole year. Reason why they had to go sign Jason Peters, and he came in to play left guard, but they moved him to left tackle because Andre Dillard was doing bad. And then after he was doing bad, or even while he was doing bad, he ended up getting hurt. So maybe that was a blessing in disguise. So yeah, like I said, those guys are dealing with injuries. Carson Wentz is even nicked up before the season even started. Miles Sanders is dealing with a hamstring injury, and a lot of Philly YouTubers said if he's not good to go, then don't rush him because injuries like that can linger throughout the whole year, and they don't want that. So Miles Sanders is injured. Jalen Reagor is injured. I think he was supposed to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, but he might play week 1, but I highly doubt he does. I give him like a 40% chance to play week 1. So like I said, they're decimated with injuries. They're decimated with injuries. Alshon Jeffries out yet again. The season hasn't even started. He's dealing with a foot injury, so they just have the lack of weapons already. Carson Wentz is even nicked up, so and it's a soft tissue injury, so like one hit or one thing can go wrong for Carson Wentz, and he's out. Like that. And of course, I don't wish injuries on no players. I hate their team, but I don't wish injuries on nobody because that's not cool. That's really not cool. At the end of the day, it's just football, and I hope everyone do their best, but I do want my team to come out on top. But with that being said, let's get straight into these keys to victory. So, number 1 keys to victory to beat the Philadelphia Eagles week 1 is we have to get to Carson Wentz. I don't care if Carson Wentz is 100%, 70%. He'll find a way to tear us up. I mean, let's be real. And I know you guys are going to say, oh, we was in a 3-4 last year and we had Greg Minuski as our defensive coordinator. Yeah, that is true. But this guy, Carson Wentz, literally came into Washington and beat us with a bunch of backups at his wide receiver positions. Greg Ward, Boston Scott, the running back. And he just didn't have no weapons. And he found a way to beat us. And he also found a way to lead his team to the playoffs. Like I said, in my opinion, unbiased, just an NFL fan. If I wasn't a Washington fan, unbiased. Carson Wentz is a top 3 quarterback in my opinion. I really do think he's a top 3 quarterback in the league, but I'll say top 5 for the sake of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson. So my top 5 is Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes, number 1, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, then Drew Brees and Carson Wentz. But in my opinion, I think Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the NFL. Just look at the man and what he does with the lack of weapons that he has on offense every year and the lack of offensive line depth and just offensive line issues that he has every year, and he still finds a way to get his team to the playoffs each and every year. But that's not about Russell Wilson, but you get my point. Carson Wentz is the top 5 quarterback when healthy, way better than Dak Prescott, the best quarterback in this division. So what we have to do to disrupt that is get to him. Their offensive line is banged up. We have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Me personally, I still would give the edge to Philly only because they're more proven as far as their defensive line. But potential-wise, we have the best defensive line in all of the NFL. We have the most versatile defensive line in all of the NFL. I'll give us that right off. Bucks. And we have the fastest defensive line in the NFL, in my opinion, as far as the 2 outside edge rushers being Montez Sweat and Chase Young. So no one is really messing with us with the defensive line. But I only would give the defensive line edge to the Philadelphia Eagles because they're proven and they actually done it before. If this was like week 4 and I know our defensive line was dominating the way that we expected, then I would give out edge to the Washington football team. But since this is week 1 and I haven't seen it with my own 2 eyes in the actual game against other opponents, I can't give the edge to us just yet, guys. But that's just me being realistic. So 1, we have to get to Carson Wentz, make him feel uncomfortable all day, and even when you get to him, you gotta make sure you wrap him up and take him down, because Carson Wentz is 6'5" and he can use that big body frame to get out of there, and we just have to wrap him up. Because I know you guys remember a couple years ago, Monday Night Football, we had him wrapped up and he just got out of there and scrambled for I think like 40+ yards. So we have to wrap up Carson Wentz. Next key to victory after we have to get to Carson Wentz is to contain Zach Ertz. Like I said, Zach Ertz is one of the best tight ends in the NFL, and you cannot guard him. You can only hope to contain him. Like I said, you can't stop a bomb from blowing up, but you only can contain it. So contain his impact, because let's be real, Zach Ertz, no matter what kind of linebacker core we have out there, Zach Ertz is always going to eat us up. The safety coverage isn't that good. I'm hoping Troy Aikman can be a better coverage safety, but we know Landon Collins' coverage skills is not the best. So Zach Ertz is going to eat us up across the middle, but just limit his impact. You know what I'm saying? Try to hold him to at least 6 catches in the game. I really highly doubt that, but just don't let him go off. If we let Zach Ertz go off, that's when we're in trouble. If we cannot let this guy get 2 touchdowns, a $150 and then keying in on blocking because he really is a good blocker too. So we gotta contain Zach Ertz, bro. We cannot let him go off because we know that's Carson Wentz go-to, and especially with all these injuries, he has no one else to rely on but one Zach Ertz. So he's gonna be targeting him all game. So we have to key in on Zach Ertz. Like I said, once again, contain Zach Ertz, but you can't stop him. It's just unstoppable, just like the Travis Kelce's and George Kittles of the world. That's why he is one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Next on my list is attack this weak secondary. Just like us, they have a weak secondary. But just like us also, they have a star-studded defensive line. Like I said, we have the better potential, but they have the more experience right now, so I'll give the edge to them. But we have to attack that weak secondary. That secondary is so depleted. They lost Malcolm Jenkins this offseason. They just cut Sidney Jones, and they cut Cre'Von LeBlanc, but they brought him back. The only, I would say, addition that they added was Darius Slay, and Darius Slay is still not all that good, in my opinion. Terry McLaurin torched him. Terry McLaurin is one of the best young wide receivers in the league, and Darius Slay has said it himself that he cannot keep up and check Terry McLaurin. So, and Jim Schwartz is one of the, I wouldn't say worst defensive coordinator, but just he loves having his nose in the air. Philly's defense is always a zone defense, but Jim Schwartz always have their guys manning up for some reason, but their cornerbacks don't fit their scheme. So that's what I meant by their zone defense. They have corners that fit zone defenses, like a Jack Del Rio's defense, but he's going to always have them in man. And I know Terry McLaurin is going to have, being shadowed by Darius Slay the whole game, and that's cool. He's going to have some safety help over top. If he doesn't, then Terry McLaurin is just going to obliterate him. Like I said, Sidney Jones, all those guys got cut. Cre'Von LeBlanc got cut, but he came back. Darius Slay is a zone corner, so they must play zone. If they're not playing zone, then they're going to get torched all across the board. The big X factor for the Washington football team to win this game, they have to convert on third downs. The money downs, like my boy on the Warpath said, you have to convert on third downs. You can't not get off the field because, one, you're not scoring points. Two, you're not giving your defense no time to rest. So you have to get off the field on third downs, and you have to convert on third downs. That's big for the Washington football team to be successful in this game. And we also got to see who's going to be opposite of Terry McLaurin to go up. Who's that guy's going to be to come along? I'm thinking it's going to be Steve Sims or Dontre Emmett, maybe Logan Thomas. But I feel as though Dontre Emmett has one-on-one coverage with a guy named Vontae Maddox or Cre'Von LeBlanc. Come on, man. He's going to kill him. Steven Sims, Nicole Roby-Coleman cannot check you, bro. You're in the slot. You're going to dust him. Antonio Gibson, you're the big X factor, so I'm expecting someone to, be that next weapon outside of Terry McLaurin. Once they're able to stop Terry McLaurin and no one else is showing up, then we're in a world of trouble. But if we can just show them different looks, like I know we can and we will week one, after they're locking up Terry by double teaming him, not locking him up because he's, just not getting the ball, they're going to double team him because he's really just that good. But we got to see who that other guy's going to be. And if we can do that with Antonio Gibson, Logan Thomas, or Steven Sims or Dontre Emmett, we're in good hands like I know we can. So with that being said, it just was a quick video. It wasn't nothing too major, too long. I didn't want to get full into depth. I just wanted to get a couple keys and the injury report out to you guys. Is we just have to get off the field on third down, and we have to convert on third down. That's really the major two topics I want you guys to take away from this game, this preview. They will get much longer throughout the weeks, but I just wanted to come on here and talk quickly. So with that being said, it's been your boy Juan Gotti, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Hello to the Washington football team. I'm out, baby. Week 1 is finally here. We got the Texans and Chiefs tonight. Can't wait for that game. Die, Eagles, die. I'm out. Peace.